So, how do we as individuals fit into all this? There are a plethora of actions you, your family, your friends, and the community can take to be a part of the solutions to this crisis that we have presented, and in doing so, take part in the public movement towards a sustainable future. We've split it down into three sections: making your homes energy efficient, decarbonizing transportation, and following green lifestyle habits. First, let's take a look at energy efficiency.
Energy efficiency means using less energy to do the same amount of useful work. We already know that making homes energy efficient has the benefit of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. But on top of that, we would also be lowering our utility bill. One of the greatest sources of your household emissions are your appliances. You can turn down the heater and instead wear a sweater when you're cold. You can also start air drying your clothes instead of using a dryer. However, the best way to reduce your household impact is by replacing your gas appliances with electric ones, like your water heater, heating and air conditioning system, clothes washer and dryer, oven, and stove. Shut down and unplug your electronics when you're not using them, since they still consume a lot of energy even on standby. In fact, about a quarter of all residential energy consumption is by idling electronics. Use the lights only when necessary and remember to turn them off. Replace old light bulbs with energy-saving ones like LEDs. Finally, installing solar panels can also significantly help reduce your carbon footprint, and it is cheaper in the long run. If solar panels are not feasible, renewable energy is also a great alternative. By choosing green electricity from your utility company, you can have an average drop of 10 to 20% of your household impact on the environment.
Next, changing the way you travel is perhaps the most important way you can reduce your environmental impact. The simplest way is to use your bicycle for all trips that are 3 miles or less. In fact, in the US, about half of our trips are 3 miles or less. Using a bicycle instead of a car allows one to be healthier, know their surroundings better, and also have fun. For people who need to travel further, or people who need to carry many things, electric bicycles have become very fast and efficient, with some models traveling up to 150 miles on a single charge. Public transportation also reduces carbon dioxide emissions. The American Public Transportation Association says that public transportation in the US saves 14 million tons of carbon dioxide every year from entering the atmosphere. The more people who use public transportation, the more accessible it will become. While traveling by car, carpool whenever possible to cut your carbon footprint in half. For those of you with a gasoline car, try not to leave your car's engine running when you don't need to. Idling your engine for just 30 seconds wastes more fuel than just restarting it. If you're buying a new car, consider buying a hybrid or electric car. Electric cars no longer cost more than their other cars, and the cost of ownership is much lower because of the low operating and maintenance costs, and you'll never have to pay for gas again. Additionally, keep your car in good shape. The Department of Transportation found that over 2 billion gallons of gasoline can be saved each year if everyone would just keep their tires pressurized. Finally, what are some other green habits you can adopt? Transitioning to plant-based diets and eating more fresh produce and less mass-produced and processed foods like meat and dairy can have a huge reduction in your environmental impact. Even eating vegan or vegetarian 1 day a week can have a significant impact. Food waste thrown into landfills undergoes decomposition and releases tons of methane into the atmosphere. The amount of methane released annually is equivalent to the emissions from driving 20.6 million passenger vehicles.
It's shocking to see that food makes this much of an impact.
To reduce your food waste, pre-plan your meals before going grocery shopping, and make sure to eat everything on your plate. Paper, although may seem insignificant, causes a lot of greenhouse gas emissions and everything from deforestation to air pollution. And while paper can be recycled, it becomes unusable after being recycled 7 times. To conserve paper, print as little as necessary and make sure to use both sides. Start to phase plastic products out of your daily life and use reusable alternatives. Plastic pollution is causing all kinds of damage to our world, including harming marine life, which eventually makes its way up the food chain to humans.
Our friends under the sea definitely won't like that very much.
When shopping, look into the product's environmental impact before you decide which brand to buy. You can use websites or apps that help you with figuring out products' environmental impact, such as the Good On You app or the Green Change website for eco-friendly product reviews. A good rule for sustainability is voting with your dollars. Every dollar you invest into a product or service tells that company to continue providing them. By divesting your money from climate-harming products and services, you'll reduce your environmental impact and pressure the large corporations to do so as well. Conserve water where you can by taking shorter showers, choosing water-efficient toilets and faucets, and collecting rainwater or water from when you wash the vegetables to water the plants. Avoid fast fashion by buying durable clothes in lesser quantities. Donate your old clothes and opt for buying recycled or reused clothes. Many clothes produced by the fast fashion industry end up in the landfill very quickly. Additionally, creating new clothes requires much more water and produces far more emissions than choosing a thrifted alternative.
These personal actions may seem insignificant, as we feel that one person can't really make a difference when other people, the government, and businesses don't seem to be doing their part. But it's not just about reducing your own carbon footprint. It also sends a message to other people around you that the climate crisis is a real thing. Let's move on to talking about careers in climate change.